Hello friends, welcome to the channel. We are back to the deep freeze, so we try to minimize the amount that we spend out in the garage even with the heater. Even though the heater works extremely well and we're very pleased with it. If this is your first time in the channel, welcome. If you have been here before but you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Also share our videos so you can help us grow the channel. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. We are definitely excited that you join us. Today we start in a strange place. We start in my office because we have a project that is not building from scratch but modifying something to better fit our needs. So in my wall here I have a display that I have some cars that I collect, but I have two more cars to put, and as you can see there is a lot of empty space not utilized here and here. So I decided to add two more shelves that will allow me to add my extra cars. So what we are going to do today is just make that modification to this project. Again, this project, unlike what we normally do, requires precise measuring, right? And we found out that the width of the board we need is 4 inches. Mm-hmm. Then we have two different lengths, right? Yes. And then the thickness of the board is 3/4 of an inch or something like that?
It is 6/16 of an inch.
6/16 of an inch. So we're going to go out, those are going to be the only cuts we're going to do, and then we're going to show you how we're going to apply it and how we're going to finish. So this project we will have to finish because we're going to try and match the color of this little shelf. So stick around and see how we're going to change this shelf into okay. We start by ripping the board to the correct dimensions. The first cut was to make the 4-inch width, and now we are cutting the length. We chose a board that was very close to the correct height dimension, so we don't have to do anything there. And here it is important to remember that we have a flame producing heater, so collecting the dust using my soap bag is very important to maintain a safe working environment. But this is a very straightforward process, and for some reason our camera did not capture it all. So here's our out dry fitting, and we're going to just use brad nails. The weight of the cars is not very heavy, so we're going to use brad nails and maybe a little bit of glue to keep the two new shelves on. But it looks good to me. What do you think?
It looks pretty decent. Mm-hmm.
Of course we'll have to paint it as we said, and to try to get it as close to matching the existing color of this shelf as we can. Okay. So we have attached the shelves and we are going to paint them now. So we're going to take you along this process. Of course everyone can paint. We're going to use our standard painting.
It's over on the other counter.
Where is it?
On the other counter. Along with the brushes, yeah.
Of course it is.
Well, that's what we do.
That's what you do.
That's what we do.
And we use those inexpensive...
Just craft paint, brushes.
Right, they actually work very well for this purpose. Mm-hmm. And again, we're not endorsing this specific brand, but it has worked very well for us in all our other projects. So let's paint it and see how we're going to adapt it. I think they are very clean.
Just dust, a little bit of dust.
Maybe we have to do the front too.
I understand.
And we're going to try and be as close to the original paint as possible, and I think it is. What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Now the original shelf was built using MDF, and we're using wood because I really don't like MDF. How about you?
No, not really.
So we might have to use it just for giggles, you know?
To see what we like about it or don't like.
Right. I mean, people use it even to make furniture, you know?
I know.
And we don't use it for anything. I think it's coming very nicely. I think it matches very good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the back? Yeah, that's the front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care to do the back. I mean, you can if you want.
I know, I can tell it's the front because all of the edges are finished.
And really the back is not done anyway because we can see it's MDF. So this is MDF with some form of
Laminate.
laminate wrap on it.
Yeah, plastic.
I guess one of our future products will be building something like this, but better, right?
Yeah, more better.
More better.
More better.
Better. I think it matches very nicely. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it does too.
On the edge. And now Alpida, we just turned the whole shelf over and we're going to do the bottom. And the reason for that is because of the location of the shelf. The bottom is actually visible.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if things are not visible, I don't really care to finish them. Do you?
I like to, but you have a different opinion.
So we are going to be waiting a few, I don't know, that dries fairly fast, right?
It dries fairly fast, yeah.
We're going to wait just a few minutes to dry and then put it back in place. So this has been a really fun and easy project, don't you think?
Well, and very quick to do, not very complex.
And it really has improved the utility of this little shelf that was really cheap to start with. Again, we didn't mention it, you probably figure out we used something we already had. So,
And if I recall correctly, this is a shelf you got. It was one of those you put together at home, but it was on a clearance sale when you bought it. So it wasn't very expensive to begin with.
yeah, because I'm a cheap goat.
Well, no, it's nice to find a bargain now and again. So it's not necessarily about cheap, it's about bargains. And I think everybody can appreciate that.
Yeah, bargain is good. So as you can see, we are about done. We have not filmed a very small portion of the painting, but most everything else has been in real time. The only thing we forgot to film was ripping the board to the correct width, right?
We didn't forget the button, just the camera had it.
Oh, you blame the camera now.
It was the camera, because I pushed the button.
I see.
Hey, I'm professional here. I
Yeah.
know how to do this. I know how to push the button.
Yeah. The camera just decided to disobey you.
It's a finicky camera sometimes.
Can you put a little picos on this? There are little touch-ups if you want to make.
If I want to.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to?
What the heck was that?
I'm not sure.
If you don't want to, don't do it.
Too late now.
Alright, so we're going to wait for the thing to dry and we'll be right back. Okay, and as you can see, our project is completed and it looks much better. Clearly I have more cars than I have space, so I will need to maybe build a new display case. I hope you enjoyed this little episode, and I would like to speak a little bit about safety in the shop. We did a lot of things inside, not only because it is warmer inside and Alpida did not get really frozen, which she doesn't like, right?
Yeah, who likes to be frozen?
But also because of safety. For example, when we were ripping the wood, and we didn't capture that unfortunately, because the camera decided not to obey Alpida. It had nothing to do with Alpida not pressing the button at all. But don't look at me. I'm just saying.
I admit when I make a mistake, but I'm telling you that was the camera.
That was the camera's mistake.
It was the camera.
Bad camera.
Bad camera.
So, However, if you've noticed the orientation of the table, so you'll see that I was facing away from the heater. You don't want any dust or any sawdust or any pieces of wood to move towards a heater that has an open flame. And while we love our heater, right? Mm-hmm. It is an open flame heater, right?
Right.
And it creates a danger in the shop, in a wood shop, of possibly lighting on fire things, especially fine dust. Now we were careful, and that has actually a pretty strong
blower fan.
Blower fan. So if it is behind you when you work, I don't think there is any great chance that it will come in and do any damage. But I did consider paint spray.
Let's try it. Spray painting.
Spray painting this whole thing, so it will be all equal. I mean, it came out really good, right?
Yeah, I think it looks really nice.
But immediately, as I was thinking about buying the spray paint, I thought that's not a good idea. We have an open flame, and the propellant on the paint and the paint itself might get on fire. So when you have an open flame solution to warm your garage or your workshop, you need to be very cognizant about things like gasoline, fumes, and flammable things. So safety is always number one. This was a fun little project because I wanted to do that. I wanted my cars to be displayed a little better. I had two of my cars not on display because actually I think I have more.
Yes,
in a big box.
Yes.
So you might see me creating a more formal case for my displays, right? But in any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and you can see that woodworking doesn't necessarily mean you start from scratch. You build something from nothing, but sometimes means taking something and making it better suit your needs, right?
Right.
In fact, we do have a project upcoming. We found in a very good price, I don't remember, a yard sale or a second-hand store, a really awesome table that Elpida bought, and we are going to refinish it and show you that process. So you can take something that, I don't know, do you remember how much we paid for that table?
$5.
We paid $5 for that table. I couldn't buy the wood to make the table for $5. You know, it is solid wood. That's why we bought it. So sometimes doing yourself with woodworking means you actually, thank you dear, that means that you actually can take something that someone else builds and improve it, or maybe something that has been in your family for a long time and fix it, repair it, and keep it organized, right? Is there anything else you want to add?
Nope.
That was very eloquent.
That's me, eloquent.
I know, your me is eloquent.
I was very succinct is what it is.
We are a family channel, so I cannot tell you what I wanted to tell you right now. So, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for visiting with us again. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely did. I love that it made my office look better. I just love looking at my collection there. And if you notice, I have 3 Mustangs. You want to point out?
Showed it, point out.
Sorry to point out. And that is a BMW. That is exactly a car that I owned up to a couple of years ago. And this is a Dodge, and I think this is a Dodge, right? No.
No, that's a Shelby.
That's a Shelby. And this is a Dodge.
Yeah.
That's a Viper.
Viper.
This is actually my dream car.
The 64 and a half.
A 64 and a half Mustang.
How many of us don't have that as a dream car?
I don't know.
Even I do. Even I do.
Probably you and I are the only two in
the whole universe.
In the whole universe.
Yeah.
So if you have a 64 and a half Mustang, you know, hit me on the comments, you know, for sale. But again, it's time to close, right? We've become very long-winded lately in our closings. We.
I just said I was succinct. So who's the long-winded one?
Just because you said it doesn't mean it's true.
Who's the long-winded one?
You are.
You are.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate the support of the channel, and we're going to do more and more varied episodes in the future. And we're definitely inviting you to tell us what you would like to see us build, and we'll be more than happy to try and build it for you. We appreciate your support. If you did like this video, please smash that like button. If you didn't, the nasty rumor that the other button still works as well persists, so you're free to use that button. Share, Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we love reading your comments, and I make an effort to answer all your comments, but I know me and Elpida really like reading your comments. So stay engaged, it makes it more fun for all of us, and I will see you with tips and tricks on Wednesday and another type of build or repair on next Sunday. Thank you again, and we'll see you soon.